I said I was gonna stop. I wasn't making any more videos, but I said I was coming back, you know. And I'm back by popular demand. By popular demand. I have a very special guest with me today. Some of you all may know the real Jrock.
Dabest Jrock. Period.
Mr. James himself is in the building. Took some time off his busy schedule to come sit and talk with Miss Niecy. Now today we're going to be talking strictly about James' career. Some of you know he's been a dancer, but I don't know if you all are aware that he's also a dance instructor, and also is a instructor of a dance team in which he's had for 10 years or more. 10 years? 10 years with the same young ladies, which is amazing. So, introduce yourself.
I'm Dabest Jrock, as y'all know, period. If I know anything, got my own dance team, having them for 10 years, like she said. Keeping the children out of, trouble and stuff like that, keeping them positive. So, that's what I do. But sometimes I be joking. Yeah, I do. I just be joking. So, everybody jokes, but I have a business, so I can do that.
What inspired you to start your dance team?
I like to see children learn. Like, when they learn, they turn to me like, yes, okay, come on. If you want to learn, I don't mind teaching you. I can give you all my time, but once you don't want to learn, you would have to be like, baby, this is what you want to do. You gotta ask them. Sit down and ask them this is what you want to do and why you want to do it.
What age group do you prefer working with? What's the
I have 5 and up.
Up to 16, 17.
20.
Up to 20? Right.
So, if they do come as 20, I take them, but right now I have a lot of 13, 14, 12-year-olds, and I just had a registration of the day. The girls to dance.
Right. Is it a mission? Do you have the girls and boys?
Yeah, the boys will start probably next month, because I had to get the girls out the way first. I have all the dance team major at gym today.
Flag, what is that?
Flag.
Okay.
So I'll be having to 1 hour, and
So how is that with your social life? Do you find that dealing with so many different youngsters and their parents, it's hard to balance? Like, do they come to you a lot with a lot of different problems? Do you find yourself being more of a counselor than a coach?
Sometimes, if their parents be like, oh, she's slacking in with school, I'll be like, okay, I have to talk to them, try to, keep them going or whatever. If they can't get it together, then we will have to get it together. So,
do you ever come in and have a problem with being an openly gay man in the dance world?
Basically, I was the first boy I made your head. So,
outside of New Orleans, when you step outside of your comfort zone, when you leave from where everybody, like we know you here, but when you step away from here, do you find it intimidating or is it intense?
No, I'm gay.
Right.
Do you?
Right.
Know
who you are.
Yeah. There's nothing to figure out.
So you don't never find that.
Yep.
Some people may be standoff because of their flamboyance.
No.
You find it different working in New Orleans and going in different states?
No.
Same?
Everything the same. It's how you treat people. So.
And with the parents, everything is just, this is just...
Sometimes I gotta be on, girl, you better get my girl some presents on time and all that, but they understand. They be calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning, crying, and I'm so thankful for you. But I'm like, okay, girl, you don't gotta do all that.
Do you find you have to adjust yourself for the different ages and the different kids from different backgrounds? Some may come projects, some may come from the suburban. You find it different when dealing with them?
No, because when they come, I let them know, they know how I am.
Kids,
So,
well, they don't know,
well,
but the people know. how you actually deal with them bringing those two worlds together.
When they come, you just make sure they practice and
Respect.
respect each other. You know, I don't never let them, do things that, they're not supposed to do. 'Cause they don't even have time. When they come to my practice, it's like 4 hours. You don't got time to go home and do nothing but go to sleep and take a shower. So I'm taking up your time when you can be like, how they be playing with boys and all that and on the phone. No, because now you know where your daughter is, your son is there and practice. When they come home, they're tired, they sit, eat, sleep, and
Right.
So it's,
Do you do homework? Do they have to have all that done and keep a certain grade average?
I check on their grades, and mom will tell me what they have, like when you slept, and
Yeah. What's the most challenging thing about being a man? Well, a gay man, but a man in the industry where it's dominated with women. What's the most challenging thing about being a man in this industry when it's most dominated by women? Like, do those women, are they intimidated? Because they feel like when you come in, they gotta bring their best because you.
But that's all I want. Everybody should feel like that.
Are you ever intimidated by the other?
I feel like I'm the best, so everybody should feel like they're the best.
Why?
I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm gonna prove you that I'm the best.
Why you don't battle?
Because I want to get all my stuff together before I even put my dress in any kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with them going perform at the dance thing, whatever. But when you want battle, it's coming. It's coming. If they go on it, they go on it.
Okay.
So they've been practicing their little flips, their little tricks and all that. So they can get it together.
When you're working in the school system, are you the same as when you're outside working in the park, doing it for the gym? Do you have to tone down when you're in the school system?
No, basically you have to tone up for the move. Like you have to really let them know because you don't have that much time. So you have to make sure you learn this dance. You have to make sure you have this on point. Because people will be like, oh, you like that from what? Girl, no. I teach, they learn, and we roll.
You heard it from the man himself. He teach, they learn, and period. Any questions, ladies? Is there more than clothes?
I would like to know, how long have you been doing
Since Jeannie, since like 93. Rest in peace, Miss Jeannie. That's who taught me everything. Like tassels. I just sneak back in the house and watch her do tassels. Why Jeannie used to roll them tassels? Jeannie's like, what you doing here? I learned everything. When I used to go to, she was working at Raleigh. And she helped me get in a lot of parades. So I go over there and share all my people. She'll think, I got this for you, I got this for you, I got this. I was in World School. I was like part of the school once it was her. She wanted me to take over the place because she was a Miss Ray. So, Gina did her thing, I promise you. That was the one.
But he's also been dancing. He was also a dancer, a majorette, and all of that as a young man, a young pup.
Yep.
What's different from then and now? The dance, the moves. It's more flavorful. They can be more loose, rather than shaking your butt, shaking as it was looked frowned upon, like that's too grown. But now that's what they're looking for.
I know, girl, that is crazy, huh? But I don't let my girls do that. It's like that. I still don't let them do all that. Like, it's cute.
It's not age appropriate.
Yeah, but that's why I don't let them do too much. And it's like, I bounce rap, and I know how it is. So I think my bounce world and my dance world are two different worlds. So how do I teach you this? And that is two different things. So
because it could be seductive.
Do you not teach it to any of your students, or is it an age that you might, take it to that point? Or no, all of them the same.
all of them the same.
Okay.
all the same. I can't see that. I don't know. It make me like, baby, like before somebody had said, oh, because Jrock, all this girls be shaking. My girls never show. And if we did shake, it was one time to have fun. We could never shake no whole parade. I don't even like that. Like, if I'm gonna have a dance team, it's gonna be a dance team. My vision is a school.
Right.
That's my vision.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't see myself as a dance.
We'll talk about that. Your vision is to open up a dance studio for girls.
I have one.
Well, I know you had a studio, but you just said a studio in the school is
Well, I have a
different.
building.
Okay, explain it to me. A studio is different from a school.
Yeah, it's like a building. Like the studio is like a building.
You want to expand.
So I have a big old building that I've been in for 4 years. Thank God. So that's what my girls been practicing.
Would you ever consider teaching women like of my age?
Everybody, yeah, I swear, everybody wanted to do it. I'm like, okay, when y'all want to do it, we can do it. That would be nice.
It would be
The
nice.
parents,
That
and
would
then
be
sometimes,
fun.
now we watch the parents be, I'm like, nah, girl, you know this whole day. I be so joked out, I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, I know this, not watching me. I'm like, girl, what the hell?
You might not do it like they would do it, but it would be good exercise for us to do stuff.
And it's cute because the parents get up and like if their daughter don't know something, they practice, they'll get up and come on, let's.
Yeah.
They help us.
Do you find families are more accepting of you teaching their kids now opposed to years ago?
No. But see, the first time I taught, it was so funny. I had, like teaching, but the first time I had my squad, when I first had, everybody, I didn't even think all the people was coming. Like, I'm like, wait, I'm having trials. Girls, what going like 12 girls there. And I'm looking like, wait, these people really came. Like, okay, so now what I'm gonna do? So I'm like, okay, and then it came from there. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then like I had a dream, like when I was small, that I was gonna have everything that I have now, like batons that I like 20 pair of batons in my house, 15 uniforms. I have so much in my house. Like, I had a dream about this. I really thought that was crazy. I used to be like, that is crazy. That really
But you always wanted to dance. That I know from a kid. You always danced and marched as you walked. Never
Guys,
knew
we
how to
dancing
dance.
down the street.
Everywhere. It was a march.
That is crazy.
But I think what she's asking, because now in society it's more acceptable of being gay,
you like to be called?
but then when you first started out, it wasn't as acceptable. But you didn't run into any problems.
I ain't running into no problem. That's the funny part. Because I guess everybody likes it in already. So I mean, I swear to God, I could go up the streets while and nobody would say nothing.
Well, I remember, but your mouth was set if somebody did.
Yes,
You really didn't care. We were older and you said something, we was ready.
Because I was only being myself. I thought I was being different.
And now you thought you,
I thought I was being different, but I mean, I see a lot of people was being different stuff, so I mean, I'm like, okay, well, I was young, so I'm like, okay.
and that's what made me pay attention to you more. I used to say, like, I used to watch you walk up and down the street with confidence, you heard?
And I was like, when I first had my first job at songs at 6, they was like, I had one by my friend house, and I was like, oh, I had that songs, but they were like, ain't for no boy. I'm like, what you mean?
Right.
I was like, okay.
It was just natural.
Right.
And I think that's where the acceptance came, because you never ever considered yourself anything other than who you are. And from a child, like I said, I can remember everything was a stepper. What?
Yeah. Like we
I
said,
have that same positive energy.
Yes.
And,
What is good that you're comfortable in your own skin. You always knew who you was. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we love about you.
And it was amazing.
See, I like real people, because like when people are real, you can feel it. Like, I'm like, you fake. I can't.
Right.
And it was
I have
amazing
zero tolerance. Like, that's just me.
because the boys was the rough, don't play and all
Yeah,
that.
that was
but
so
they
crazy.
accepted you. You always walk through that field.
And I went through every like people used to be like they got into in their own project, like and shot it and like fights and stuff.
Right.
But I can go. I went through every project. Like I am every project and have no problems. Like and girl,
It's you. It's you.
Right.
It's who you are.
Everybody.
Yes.
Period.
Being that young ladies are usually more aggressive, do you find yourself having to calm them down, encounter a lot with them, or for them to know who they are?
Every once in a while, cause they know when I look at them like, they know when Jrock, guys just like I don't know when they say my name is like everybody just freeze like.
The respect level.
Yeah, that's good.
That's why I'm not at the school. See, I was working at the school saying when I had so much respect at the schools, it was just, they was just like mad. Like I could go there and they'll be ready. Come on. Nobody else ain't gonna give them what I give them. So I mean, I just like, let me just go along and let me just do
Nobody
my
can
own
be
deal.
you. Nobody can.
And everybody like everybody for themselves.
Right.
They don't understand you can't take that from somebody.
Right.
And I'm like, y'all really like, that's what y'all want.
But then they don't realize you've been marching in parades since you've been old enough to
And I
march.
wasn't even scared.
Right.
You know how people used to be like, oh, a boy marching, he gonna get killed, he gonna get shot. And my stupid stuff in my head when I'm young, I'm like, I wanna see what they talked about.
Right.
I don't know what was going through my head, but I really want to just,
You was being you.
yeah,
Right.
I was like, baby, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was surprised I succeeded.
When you had to succeed because you've been having the confidence since a child, like
Yes.
you always knew you were going to be that
Yes.
you were going to be a dancer.
I
thought stripper seriously because you know how you get down.
Why
I
was
was
the shade?
surprised.
All the time of clothes,
Fine, just naturally, you was just a naturally
Yes.
fine
Yes.
little boy. You know, and he grew up
Yes.
to be a fine young man.
Yes. Yes.
But I really thought you were going to strip because I'm 53, so in my time and era, I wouldn't imagine that a man wanted to grow up to be a dancer or of what you doing this
This is
side.
popped out, baby.
And it's popping. I mean, they calling you for baby showers.
Oh, they better. When your rock come around, everything shut down.
You promoting the clubs.
I better promote because they love me. For real.
They want to the block party. I said, when you gonna get time to come here? Opening here on the damn flyer.
I don't want them to think I'm no shady fake person. Because look,
no.
if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm not. Look, girl, what time y'all want to do this?
Right.
So I have to, I'm
I
too real for
appreciate it too because I know you work on Saturday nights. I see
I'm
that
about to be
you're promoting
at
as
the party
well.
tonight. You remind me at the DJ.
You have to turn your phone on to see. They're waiting on the real Jrock. Look, where that party at? How about Mother's Day?
Thank you.
I still got
I'll
it.
be on the down today.
What can we look forward to seeing from you?
Well, I got new music and stuff out. I had just put it on SoundCloud because people couldn't really get to all my music because it's all out. Like some of the producers will put it out and so I had to do my own SoundCloud. Pushing it. It's the best
So
way
you're
around.
on SoundCloud and what's the name of the LP? Of some songs that you look for. Just go under the real Jrock.
Yeah, this one of the best Jrock.
The best Jrock. SoundCloud.
D-A-B-E-S-T. I am D, the A, the B, the E, the S, T.
All right, you heard it.
All right.
You heard it. I thank you. Everybody else have any questions?
What advice would you give a young man or woman who wants to be their self but feel pressured to be a certain kind of way by society?
Just make sure they, have everything together. I mean, when you come in, if you want to do it, you have to do it.
No.
No.
Yeah, she mean the confidence. Yeah, you sitting here with confidence and
Right.
poor
Yeah,
with,
so how we-
with how would they go about
Expressing
just
yourself.
expressing and feeling, getting this confidence, knowing that it's
You
okay.
have
That's who you are.
It got, I mean,
But it's
nowadays
self-esteem.
a lot of people got confidence now. They really do. I
But
swear to God, they have
don't. Some don't. Some people don't know how to love themselves from the inside out.
Right.
So you are a perfect vision because they see it inside coming out. So what they're asking, where'd you pull that from? As a child, you know, I don't know if they teased you. I never saw nobody teasing. I never saw you doing like where, because everybody's not as fortunate to be loved.
Right.
You still have people that's confused that's living one way here and another way
They don't
over
matter
there.
to our people and
Right.
stuff like that, but sometimes
Accept
it is.
yourself.
You guys, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So, I mean, if that's what, you know, they want to do, they're going to have to learn how to get through with it.
You
I
have
mean,
to
have their own confidence. I mean,
you have to accept who you are.
That's good.
And once you accept who you are, it'll be easier for the next person. You can't live for your mother, father, sister, brother,
That's
or
all
everybody
true, right.
else living their life and you
Right.
stuck miserable, unhappy, because you're trying to please other people.
Right. You have to
So
do it,
you have to dig within you. And that's when I tell you guys, you have to have a
Find
personal
yourself.
relationship with God. If you don't have faith, you're not going to make it. You're not going to know where to go and how to go. You have to get your own personal space, corner, bathtub, somewhere in your house, just for you
but
to
you have to
pray.
be yourself. Let them know that. Be yourself. Don't be nobody else but yourself.
Right. Pray, leave it, and accept it. And know you're living for you. You have to live your life the way you choose to live your life. Each year, each century, time is coming, growing, and we're accepting and learning more than what we knew from the year before. Like I said, I never would have thought my coming up that a man would want to be a dancer. But now it's common. Just like it's common for a woman to want to be an engineer, like actually out there, a welder type thing. But I could never see myself wanting to do it. But they want to do that. It's within them, and that don't mean that, they are gay or anything. That's just who they are. But if it is that you are gay, be who you are.
The people that judge people, they is the ones that
That's
have
the
the
problem.
They unhappy within themselves, and they might have a little sweetness to them, and they just afraid that you will see that little bit in them.
And that's the truth. I believe that. I really do believe that. 'Cause I don't see why you can't be around a gay woman or a gay man. I don't know what you like to be, because I don't like to keep. I don't want to say the wrong thing. What, it doesn't matter what people call you or what?
No.
Okay.
Because I know what I am.
Right. Okay.
I don't.
You know,
care.
some people take offense
People say
to
what you
certain
want.
words that
That goes
Because I can keep myself up, I can pay my own bills, I know how to
Yes.
manage my own stuff.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do all that, I wouldn't be here now.
But for me, it's not categorizing, because who's going around saying heterosexual? Just call me by my name.
Right.
And it's just
But they got
Right.
some people that say stuff
You know?
when you're angry, when they think they can say gay stuff now that people will be hurt. That is so old,
That don't
nobody
even
go
matter.
gay. Okay, I'm happy. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
people just judgmental. It don't matter what it is. Like I told y'all, I go out lunching, and I'm going around like different sets of people. I had a party over at my house, and I went to lunch with 2 different sets, but I invited 2 of each from that set here. Nobody knew who was who. Nobody knew if they were an old friend or a new friend, right? But the difference was when I went back to that lunch, the conversation at the table. See, when somebody can tell you, oh, such and such thing, they had a nice time, they came over to your house, and, oh, they didn't realize you had whatever. Why were you looking for that?
Right.
You weren't supposed to realize it because you don't even know me. We bought them. We are all sitting together talking on how we can progress.
Right.
Me wanting to do a talk show, somebody selling earrings, somebody doing something else, but all together we trying to go for one common goal as black women. But you sitting around judging right? Or either the person you with, you about him, which lets me know you gonna about me.
But when they do that, they
Because you
like
brought him here with you. So you shouldn't have anything to say, you know, that maybe that's, you know, one of my flaws, that I have a problem holding my tongue. Sometimes I say too much. But I feel it's best to say too much than say too little. You're going to feel my presence. You're going to know I've been there at that table amongst those professional women. Because who say I'm not a professional?
Right.
I can be a professional weed seller.
Okay.
You heard me? That's what the Congress want to do now. Y'all paying them. They say it's legal, but they was locking you up before.
Right.
Okay, so but I'm only using that for example. You being a school teacher, doctor, or lawyer makes you no better, no more of a professional than a dancer sitting right here in my chair. We all professionals on all different levels,
Right.
but we all have to know when to come in as one.
Right.
Treat people the way you want to be
Okay.
treated.
Is the key.
Don't judge me and I won't judge you. Then we won't have no misunderstandings.
Right.
Then you won't have to worry about me asking you, what shall I address you as? When I see a man in the front of me, I don't care who you want to be or who you say you are. I see James. I see the
Right.
child that I've been seeing.
Right.
Now, say if this is you and you change, I would ask you, did something happen? Like, what's going on? Something have to happen for you to change, or you were hiding who you were. But then I seen you as a 6-year-old little boy, and I knew nothing. You wouldn't have kept it to yourself if something would have happened, okay?
Right.
So I know it wasn't that, it's just who you are.
Right. Right.
And what acceptance, when people accept you,
We know you're gonna be back.
I'm saying, what acceptance make it easier for you to be who you are.
Right.
So what I'm saying, I'm not saying you're ignorant, but I'm saying don't ask questions about how you address or what would you give to somebody who's struggling, because you already know the answer. You tell that person to be yourself. You tell that person to pray to whomever you believe in, because at the end of the day, it's all God, whether it's Allah, whomever. That's what you tell that person. And I know I got a little deep in it, but I want to go there with it, because society's still labeling. Let's not label. Let's ask questions about the dance team. Let's ask, how are you helping these young ladies get in school and get into society and be confident? How can you help this young man who's on the dance team and not gay, but he loves to dance and have confidence standing there with these women? Ask those questions. Period, boo.
Nah.
You heard me?
Hey, boy.
Anything I was, no, Michelle, you understand what I was saying? I was not directing. Y'all know that's Michelle. She's the reader. She's reading the questions for me. So I don't want it to be like I'm directly saying that to her. She's reading what you're asking. And you know, I love us to get in, you know, together and get this mix, but I don't want y'all to go on sexuality, because that is not what this is about. This is about the dance team. This is about him being a mentor. And you might as well say at 6, because I'm sure there was another little boy back there that was coming around embarrassed to be who they were. Excuse me, y'all know we at home and they come through the door. Come on. Look. I have 2 close friends, 1 male, 1 female, openly gay. One is more settled and one is more judgmental. And with the settled, that's the age, you know, like, it's a don't say that. But it's right here and you can see. And with the other one, it's a bigoted, you know, like, yes, this is me and this is who I am. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I have never been the type of person that feel like something you have is something I can't get. Anything you want, you have to work for, regardless. So what you think you see somebody doing is nobody can stay at home and live comfortably. And you're going to live with just accepting what somebody giving you, be it the governor or the man or the woman you laying with. You selling yourself cheap and you would never, ever know what it feels like to have and be your own. You understand what I'm saying? And be who you are. Like you sit here, you say you have your own place, you pay your own bills because that's a part of who you are, right? So can't nobody come in and say, yeah, you're not gonna have no lights to come twisting your ass through here tomorrow if you don't do blase. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to walk this. Right. But I want you to be yourself. And let me be you.
So how are fathers accepted to their sons being dancers or interested in your program?
I don't have no boy dancers. I have color guards. Like drill team.
Oh no, you have no guys.
No, I had one, but that was like years ago. I
So-
had an all boy choir, major and a boy dancer.
Okay, so with the dads, did
Were
you
they
have
accepted?
any fathers that were unaccepting of you teaching their sons?
Money present.
Yeah, right. Or were they present in the sons' lives?
I wouldn't know if all of them was, but you know, 'cause I don't want to lie.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, whoever the parents were, they were supporting. So
That's good because usually men are a little more, uncomfortable with a male teaching a young guy. You know, they feel like you could be an influence. If it's a stern man, you may feel like you could be an influence in their son's life. So you never encountered that. That's
because I teach the boys on the boys level and I swear with my dance the girls on girls.
Okay.
You find yourself having to give the girls hygienes, like try to teach
Oh
them how
no,
to
they
be
better
their
not.
ladies.
They better. I have to tell them about their hair because I don't like when you come to my practice. You better look like a dancing dog when you come in there with your bag, your little stuff, and you better go on your bag. You better be together because you cannot combine, any kind of way. Period. I've been dressing. I've been doing this, and I will not have nobody coming behind me looking on any kind of way.
So you have to give them confidence and actually like
Yeah.
guide them.
And I let them know, baby, girl.
You have to go purchase some things.
No, no. Because that's what I only have to. If I say it one time, it'll never happen again. Because then
You have a relationship with the parents.
or their parents they just love you. The children, it's the same as the parents. They always just be like, I love him, and like, I be shocked to have all the people that keep coming over the years and just keep coming and just keep coming. 10 years to have all these girls, and then like when they go to high school, they captains and all that,
Yeah.
So they really learn.
Yeah,
So that's just who you are and that's your calling. Because, a lot of people will encounter different objective views on, a male teaching their sons.
Or just their sons want to be a dancer.
Right.
And majorette and flag.
And if they do want me, they'll never know. Because see, when I used to march, the boys would be like, I used to come to the fridge just to see you, and I'm like, wait, where? Like, I didn't even know that y'all even know that I was, I didn't know that y'all.
The energy that you get.
It's the energy, and it's probably some people that wanted to live the life that he was living,
I
but
just
just
was
was
unfortunate
unfortunate.
like this. I wish that was me.
Yeah.
I didn't feel my best. So I used to be like, how is that?
Yeah.
I was gonna watch. I was like back in the days, that was like old pair of walkers. I was so watch with them. My mom was like, you can't do that. You was a boy, like everybody was like, you can't do that. And I did it when I got the lantern.
That was your first time marching?
So my first time watching was with Tammy Stuffed, and Jeannie was my first. She started in '93. I marched with her in '97.
How old?
Like 10.
Wow. So you attended a dance school yourself? Or?
Yeah, I was, and then like back then, they have boy majors, right? So I had like Gina have the little group, the big group, and the middle group. So like she'll teach the big group and the middle group. She'll be like, okay, go teach the little group. So she'll let me teach the little group. I just be like, okay, come on, girl. I was like, Gina and I, I'm ready to twirl, Gina. Elaine them used to be like, Karen, everybody used to be like, Gina, you want to twirl? I want to twirl. I want to twirl. Used to be like, baby, I want to twirl. And I really twirl. I can't believe that.
When you did it. When you was just ready to start off, not nervous at all.
Nope. I just wanted to be the first.
So after your first march, how did you feel?
Good. I'm ready for the next one. Yeah, people follow us from the beginning of the parade to the end. Hi.
Just to watch, yeah.
When is the last parade you did?
That was 9 o'clock in 2000. Wait, with my group? Oh,
Your group.
when that was? 2020? Was it?
The last, y'all did 9 times?
No. We only did Ocean, Choctaw, King Arthur, what else? Little Rascals.
Well, you said only. I was expecting one.
So when you get involved, how you get your team a slot to be in the parade?
Miss Jeannie was helping. Like,
She not here.
yeah, but I still was doing everything else. She'll just give me the pictures and just sit down and be like, yo, get in this, get in this. And I'll be like, oh yeah.
You plan to continue doing it?
Why not? There ain't nothing to do.
I want to thank you for coming and giving me some of your time. I know you have to go do your promotion at the Splash. Y'all still call it the Splash?
DJ girl.
The DJ.
Bust open! Come on!
Yeah.